The opinions and views expressed in the following program are those of the speakers and the host, and do not necessarily reflect those of Yoakley Scott Corporation and your sports network. Welcome to a Tuesday where Anthony forgets to bring himself up during the intro, so you get a black screen when you start. What a great way to start things. Oh, man, sometimes I ask myself, why am I in this position I'm in? Holy smokes. We have a great show for you today. Running Point always brought to you by Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. They go the extra mile for you, so you don't have to. Despite that start, we're gonna have a great show. We have a recap of last night's action. We have the scoreboard up and ready. We will also preview tonight's action. We'll talk about all the things that are going to be going on across the Ysn family tonight on this wonderful Tuesday. Although it's dark and gloomy, you know, you even you take. I've been told by our friends over at 21 WFMJ and their weather department, in the broadcast the last couple of days, we actually really need this rain, right? It's kind of we were entering drought territory. And then think of it, it really hasn't rained since that week 3 Friday night where we had a lot of games delayed. So it's been well over 2 weeks since the last time it rained. So, no one loves the rain, or some people might, but I don't love the rain, but you need it sometimes, right? The water cycle is real, everybody. It's not a conspiracy theory. There are actually science behind it. But that being said, it's a rainy day. We have some tennis games that we've already been told that have been canceled. I think soccer will be good to go tonight. We will try to keep as updated as possible on any cancellations that happen because weather. I can't tell you that I did see that West Branch tennis has been canceled tonight. I'm sure other tennis matches will come up and be popped up as canceled as well with the weather that we're having today. But soccer, I think, should be good. They play in the rain as long as it's not thunderstorming, which I don't believe is in the forecast. And then volleyball, of course, it's indoor, so we'll be all fine with that. Let's hop into the scoreboard, see what happened last night. The scoreboard on ysnlive.com is a great tool for our fans, whether you're at one of the games or watching one of our broadcasts. Either way, you don't want to look away from the screen for too long, or the action, I should say. And the YSN scoreboard is a great and easy way to get live updated scores across the YSN family, whether it's your heated rivals or your best friends. Either way, if you want to keep updated on what they're doing, the YSN scoreboard is the place to go. It can be found at ysnlive.com/scores, and it is presented by our good friends over at Burnett Pools, Spas, and Hot Tubs. Let's get after it. Monday, September 23rd, 2024, we had volleyball in action, and we will start with our good friends down in Beaver Local as they got the 3-2 5-set victory over Harrison Central. Way to go, Beaver Local. What a thrilling matchup that was. They escaped with the win over the Huskies at home in the Beaver Dome. East Liverpool, no problems with Indian Creek. They get the win 3-0 there. A really good match in Newton Falls, as although Salem was able to sweep this one, I think I could be proven wrong because I don't know every score of every match that has happened so far in the YSN family. We don't get set scores from everybody, but maybe the longest set that we've seen so far this year in YSN Definitely the longest set I know of where Newton Falls wins set 2 in this one. I mean, Salem wins set 2 in this one. 35-33. That was a marathon. They went on to win this third set and complete the sweep. But very good volleyball. Evenly matched teams going down in Newton Falls against Salem. We go to Pymatuning Valley. They took care of Bloomfield in straight sets. That is their 10th win of the year. So the Lakers are in double-digit wins. Congratulations to them. Boardman gets an AAC victory as they go on the road and they sweep Warren Harding. Struthers Notch is their 6th win of the year as they go and they beat East 3-0. Girard had a really tough test on hand on as they hosted Edgewood. I think these were very evenly matched teams. Every set was very competitive. The difference maker was just Girard was a little bit more clutch on that night. The sets they won. Oh, excuse me. It felt like I had to sneeze, but then it kind of went away. I don't know if you guys ever had that sensation, but it's really weird. But you know, the teams were pretty well evenly matched. You know, they both had a really big hitter that was putting on a show. They both had secondary swingers that were just doing their thing. They both had good setters. They both had good defense. It was just the difference maker in the sets that Girard won were making plays late in the set. So Girard did that in the 4th set. In the clinching set, Kira Bell went back there and served up 3 straight aces to Girard Libero after it was tied to 20. 22-21, Girard led. It forced a timeout from Edgewood. Girard came out of the timeout and aced 3 in a row to win 25-21, clinch the match in 4 after losing set 3, winning the first 2. Up 2-0, one lost set 3, won set 4 to avoid that 5-set match. So Girard gets to win. They go back in league action tonight. It was a good one. You can find a recap for that game with all the stats on ysnlive.com, and also attached to it post-game interviews with head coach Phil Walters and the player of the game, Bailey Walters, who had 20 kills on the night for Girard. Nico Cochran and Alexis Peaton were also in double digits so for Girard. So they had a very balanced offense last night. Grand Valley in Lordstown, we did not receive a score for that one, unfortunately. We go on to Columbiana getting the 3-set sweep over Jackson Milton. It's a quality win for Columbiana. Jackson Milton, a very good team that was coming off a very big week, had a lot of momentum riding in on it. But Columbiana gets the straight set victory. The first 2 sets were really competitive. Columbiana won the 3rd set rather handily, so it seems like Jackson Milton ran out of gas at the end there. Lisbon, they get the 4-set victory over Liberty, 3-1 the final score there. Springfield drops 1 set to Poland, but wins 4 in 4, 3-1 the final in that one. Wellsville, they beat Western Reserve in 4 sets, 3-1 the final there. We have Heartland Christian winning again. Sneakily under the radar. They're in our power rankings towards the bottom, but they get a big win over Ursuline, 3-2 the final in 5 sets. We did not get a score reported from East Canton and Latonia. We go to Southern, who fell to Madonna 3-1 the final there. McDonald was able to beat LeBray in straight sets 3-0. And last but not least, St. John stays undefeated with a straight set victory over Matthews 3-0. In that McDonald game, that was another one where the first 2 sets were very competitive, very evenly matched, and then LeBray ran out of gas a little bit in that last set. McDonald ran away with it. Gianna Costantino with another double-double. She adds on to her milestone kill total. She's having a great year, no doubt. Ava Salomon was close to a double-double. Miley Titus still playing really good defense back there as a libero. So they have all 3 facets of the game working really well right now. McDonald is going to be really hard to beat come postseason here in a couple of weeks. Boys soccer, we have Matthews and Pie Valley. They work to a tie 1-1. Columbiana and United in the EOAC battle it out. United gets to win 4-2 in that. In that one, Grand Valley Valley gets to win 2-0 over Lordstown. Jackson Milton beats Brookfield 1-0. Waterloo gets to win over Southeast 1-0. Crestview is able to blank Liberty 3-0. Campbell gets to win on the road against Middle Ridge 5-2. And Champion continues to win this season. They get the win over Newton Falls. They double up the Tigers 8-4. On the girls' side, we have Lakeview getting the 8-0 win over South Range. Struthers and Niles doing some battle, and it's the Dragons that are all over the Wildcats. 7-0 the final score there. Poland gets the big win over Girard. A lot of goals to go around for Poland, and it was really balanced as well, I believe. 5 different players score for the Bulldogs. Fitch and Boardman, they work to a tie, 1-1 the final there. Canfield able to get the win over Warren Harding on the road, 2-1 the final for the Cardinals. Howland all over Mooney, 5-1 the final score there. Bristol, they are able to fall to Jefferson, 4-2 the final score. 7-0 Grand Valley all over Cornerstone Christian at home. Big win for the Mustangs on their home turf. JFK continues to shine on the girls' soccer field as they beat St. Thomas Aquinas 9-0. Conneaut traveled to Pie Valley, and it's the Lakers that get the win 2-0. Columbiana gets their first win on the girls' side of soccer against United in over 14 years. A big win for the Clippers, 3-2 the final score there. Berkshire and West Branch, they draw at 1 in this one. Beaver Local, they get the 4-0 shutout over Indian Creek. Champion with the shutout over Brookfield, 7-0 the final score in that one. We have Newton Falls with the 1-goal victory over LeBray, 4-3. Springfield is able to shut out Garfield, 5-0 the final score there. We have Crestview and Waterloo doing battle. Waterloo gets the win 6-4 over Crestview. East Liverpool, they fall to Oak Glen 4-1. Hoban goes on the road and gets the win over Copley, 2-1 the final score there. Louisville is a 6-1 winner over Tusky Valley. Orange and Cleveland Heights. It's Cleveland Heights, the Tigers getting the win 4-1 over Orange. And then last but not least, we have Mohawk over in PA. They fell to Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, 3-1 the final score there in girls soccer. So Mohawk falls. That'll do it for our scoreboard. What we're going to do, we're going to go right into our player profile section of the show. I'm going to take down the scoreboard from the screen. So we'll go right into the player profile section of the show. We'll come back, we'll take a break, and then we'll preview the night ahead. So here is our player profile that is featured today, and I'm very excited for this one because it was a great interview to be had. It's up on ysnlive.com, but we'd like to feature it anyway on Running Point. Cameron Cody, a senior at United that has big things ahead of her. What a great student athlete, in a testament to a great leader. This interview was very fun, very cool, and Cameron Cody really excited about what she has in store with her future. So United Girls Soccer, Cameron Cody, senior. Here's the player profile featured today on Running Point. Anthony Hartwig here. We're joining with a soccer player profile down in Hanoverton. United Girls Soccer being featured today. Cameron Cody joins us from the team. Cameron, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Yes, thank you.
All right, you're a captain. I see you wearing that green C on your arm every day. Talk us through what it's like to be that, and what kind of responsibilities come with it, and how much you're handling it.
I love it. I've dreamt about it, and it's been something I've always wanted to be. I wanted to be a leader. I think I've found a way to be a leader every year since freshman. I just didn't have that captain name yet, but it felt really good because I looked up to past captains, and everybody enjoys me being a captain. They all listen, and it means a lot to me to finally be able to be one.
Yeah, let's talk about those past captains and who are some of the people that you think taught you how to be a leader and taught you what it means to be a captain of the team.
I think from my freshman year, Juliana Logan, she was a senior that year. I think she was probably one of the biggest influences, and so was last year Addie Blazer. Those two meant a lot to me in leading my leadership.
Freshman year was a while ago. You get to get reflective this year and think about your whole career. What's it like to be able to do that and think about all the things you've already experienced?
Um, it's really cool to look back and realize it feels like yesterday. I was just walking onto the field for the first time, and now I'm down to maybe 6 games. It's crazy to think that I'm growing up, and I just I'm trying to enjoy every moment of it.
Yeah, walking on the field for the first time. Now here you are walking on the field for some of the last times. What's that like to kind of deal with all the emotions that senior year brings, and trying to, like you said, not take it for granted, but at the same time, try to still stay focused and treat it like any other soccer year.
I'm trying to make the most out of it. Every game and every day is a blessing for me because last year I my games were limited with being injured. So I'm just taking everything to heart and I'm trying to make the best out of it really.
What was it like trying to come back from the injuries you had last year and trying to just not just take your senior year, not take it for granted, but also get on the field as much as you could and come back from those injuries that kind of kept you away from it a little bit last year?
Well, I just my main goal was to stay on the field for as much as possible because it's a reoccurring thing. I have to deal with it every day, more like with my hips and whatnot. So I just have to stay on top of it and know my body and know when I need a break. And my coach knows me well enough that she can see it before I want to, and she'll get me out of there. So
That's a perfect segue to talk about this coaching staff and what they mean to you and what they've kind of taught you about soccer and yourself as a person. What do you think you've gotten from your coaching staff that you've had?
well, Nikki has been with me ever since I was a little kid. She's coached me, and it's just she's always done so much for me, taking me to practice, taking me back from games and whatnot. She's always been there for me, and it's been amazing to have that person to lean on all these years, and we have that special bond with each other for sure.
Not everyone gets the chance to be coached by someone for the whole almost their whole career since you were little to now. What's that like to share this whole journey with her, not just your high school career, but even before that, and to be able to really have a trust in your coach in a deeper level than most?
It means a lot because I know not a lot of people get to do this, and I would honestly want everybody to be able to do something like that, to have that person to be there no matter what. And through all the years, it's really nice to have that person in my corner for sure. And it's gotten me through some really tough times.
We talked about how you're handling the last season. How is she handling
It's
the
def-
last year?
it's definitely been interesting. There's been times where we talk about it and where it's been brought up at practice or something. And I was the last I'm the last of the group of people that she has coached from being little to now. So it's definitely a bit of a change.
When you think about little Cameron starting out in soccer with her as your coach, what made you fall in love with this game? You've obviously grown into someone that takes a lot of time and puts a lot of time and passion into it. What made you fall in love with soccer?
I loved I don't it's so hard, but when I was little, my grandpa used to take me out of school to go watch soccer games because he loves soccer. He watches it all the time, like pro league and whatnot. So I'd go watch it with him and we kind of bonded over that. So I think that's kind of what strived me to want to keep doing it and be as good as I can.
Let's talk about you in the school as well. You're a student athlete for a reason. This is your last year as a student at United. What have been some of the things that you've liked studying and some of your favorite subjects throughout your career?
Well, I'm at the Career Center. I'm not even at United right now. I'm in the Vet Lab program. So I've been here. This is my second year here. And I just do my sports through United. But I love it. I love working with animals. So definitely the agriculture classes have helped me through high school.
You're not the first athlete that we've talked to that goes to a career center, and you won't be the last. I'm wondering, what's it like to, try to stay connected, I guess I could say, with your teammates when they're over at the high school and you're at the career center, and how much does practice get a little bit more special to you when it's the only chance you get to see those girls?
I think that they all appreciate it that I still am there because I could have just been like, I'm not going to play anymore. I'm going to focus on other things. And I didn't want to do that because I love those girls and they love me. And it really wasn't that hard to stay connected. I did lose some friendships, and that's just how life goes. But I learned that those people are the people that I want in my life that have stayed connected with me. So it's definitely been a difficult challenge, but it's been worth it.
We got you live in the vet lab. Like you said, you love working with animals. You have a lot of work with animals in your non soccer life. What got you into that? What got you into wanting to be a veterinarian and in the vet lab and working with animals and all that fun stuff?
Well, I live on a farm, so I have cows, and so I've been around cows my whole life. I've always had some sort of animal around, and I show pigs at the fair in Lisbon, and I love doing that. I just something about animals. It's they all like me. I all like them. So I've just been around them my whole life.
Living on a farm, you get a chance to have, like you said, a lot of different animals. But is there one that you think that you want that you haven't had to have yet? Like, oh man, if I could get this on my farm, that would be really fun.
Um, well, I've had just about everything, but I would love, even though I have cows, I want one of those mini fluffy Highland cows. They're even though they don't do much, they look so cute.
Do you have, and this is gonna be hard too because you probably love them all, but do you have a favorite animal?
It's definitely I have to go with dogs. I
All right.
love dogs.
What kind of dog do you have?
Well, I had a pit bull,
Hmm.
but a little bit ago she passed away, so it's okay. But I have all sorts of dogs around me, so it's okay, really. But any dog
Um,
I'll get along with.
I know eventually you'll probably get a new dog. You'll
Yeah,
probably get more. Do you like the pit bulls? Do you have another breed that you want to get?
yeah.
What are some of your favorite breeds?
I like. I really want to get. Um, what dog is? I forget the name of it now, but I want to get an Australian Shepherd for
Yes.
sure. And I used to have an English Mastiff when I was little, so I want to get another one of those. I love big dogs, that's for sure.
All right. So I also want to talk about your future. You're kind of setting it up at the career center already.
Yeah.
What kind of things do you see for yourself after high school? What do you want to do after you graduate?
Hopefully I get into Ohio State ATI in Worcester, and I want to focus on beef production, and then also get a minor degree in agricultural communications, and then that's really just to get a more understanding of business with that other one.
How much do you think the career center has kind of helped you prepare for that you're going to have after high school? I mean, you're not going to be going into any of this stuff blind because of the career center. Talk about what a blessing that's been to be able to take these classes before you even step onto a college campus.
It's really nice to figure out because I didn't really know if I wanted to be a vet or a vet tech, and this kind of narrowed my choices down, and it's definitely saved a lot of time. And if I would have gone to college for a vet degree, then I possibly could have wasted time and money. So, and it's brought a lot of communication skills. They focus a lot here on being able to go right out of high school and be job ready and do what universities and bosses want.
Shout out some of the teachers over there at the career center that you think have really, helped you along the way that have impacted your journey at the career center.
Definitely my lab teacher, Mrs. Stacy. She is an amazing person. She's always laughing and making sure we're okay, and she helps a lot with making sure we're getting everything done. And we also, the lab I'm in has two labs right next to each other. Is the landscaping lab, and Mr. Garwood, he retired this year, unfortunately, but he was always there to say hi. He always said to have a good day and gave us hugs. And so he was there to just make sure we are okay.
earlier we were talking about your leadership and you being a captain and a role model and people looking up to you. But I want to talk about your role models. Who were the people that kind of taught you what it means to be one and what it means to, look up to someone? Who were some of yours?
I've definitely looked up to Addie Blazer. I know you guys have talked about her a lot in the past years. I think she's really the one person I've wanted to not be, but I wanted to be able to take the responsibility of what she had and be able to put that on the field and in regular life.
When we talk about your family as well, what makes your family so special to you, and what do you think makes your family kind of unique in your eyes?
Um, I have a lot of family and a lot of people in my corner that they've always supported me. And I'd even last year, I tried to play football, I tried to kick, and they supported me 100%. And it really meant a lot because that was a whole new thing for me. And I started to do really good at it, but it was unfortunate that ended up getting hurt and couldn't follow through with it.
When you think about, I don't know, have you had senior night yet?
No, that's next week. Or
So when
maybe
you have senior nights, everyone goes through different emotions. We've seen so many senior nights at YSN. Some people can't stop crying. Some people going to get reflective. Some people, the reality doesn't hit them yet until it's the last game. You know yourself better than anybody. What are you going to be going through on senior night?
It's probably gonna feel like it's not supposed to happen because it's crazy. I don't even feel like a senior. I feel like it's just another year. But when I realize probably that night it's gonna be after the game, that I'm probably gonna be pretty upset about it, and hopefully just have fun that night. Really.
You've been a part of other senior nights. You've been the one that's getting the gifts for the seniors. Now you get to receive it. So I'm going to try to help
Yeah.
underclassmen out a little bit. Like, what's some good gift ideas or some things that you can get that would be special to you from the underclassmen?
Well, I personally love personalized gifts, something that came from them that they would they put their thought into it, not just going to buy something like snacks and whatnot. I think putting more heart and effort into it means a lot more than just buying a couple things.
Now I'm sure there's also going to be a snack bag. I know you.
Yeah, like I know there's
So
no
so let's
there.
let's talk about snack bags, right? And what kind of snacks you want in your senior night snack bag.
I love goldfish and chocolate. That's probably two of my favorite little snacks.
All right, underclassmen, we've helped you out. Personal gifts and goldfish chocolate. So there you
Yeah.
go. We have helped you out thoroughly. Cameron, before we let you go, what we do with these player profiles, at the end, we like to give you the time to take the limelight off yourself a little bit, shine on your support system, all the people that have been there for you. I know you've talked about a couple of them already, but I would just want to give you the time to give out your thank yous and your shout outs and the people that you think you wouldn't be where you are without.
I just want to thank really everybody, all my family, and my boyfriend's been there for a lot of this, and they've all helped me in many ways. And one of my friends, Kirsten, she's always been there for me for this past year, and it's been really nice to have everybody in my corner when I need.
Cameron, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We appreciate it. We wish you the best of luck the rest of the senior season, and
Thank
we
you.
can't wait to talk to you again real soon. Told you, what a great interview, Cameron Cody, and someone that not only shines in the soccer field as one of the captains of that United Girls soccer team, and we know what she's been able to do on the field because we see them every day. We know what United and her are able to do on the field, but just off the field, the success she's gonna have. I mean, such a clear idea of what she wants to do, and that is rare. I mean, we talk to a lot of even seniors, and they're still trying to figure it out, which is okay. It's great. You have time. You can actually, you don't even have to declare a major during your freshman year of college. There's plenty of time to figure out what you want to do, but it's such an advantage to just kind of have this clear view before you even go to the next level of schooling of this is what I want to do in life and this is what I'm passionate about. And to be able to do that and to be able to have the avenue at the Career Center to be able to flex those muscles a little bit and get the pre-college training before you kind of go out there and take those next steps, to be able to lay out the path, I think is the best way to describe what you're able to do at those career centers. I went to the Mahoning County Career Center for a year after the graduating South Range, and Learned a lot about their information technology section. We made how to oh man, I remember using Alice. That's a memory. The programming software Alice. I don't know if anyone out there's ever used it, but it's kind of like it's a intro to kind of animation and programming. So you can kind of program a world of characters and stuff to do things, and in learning how to program them to do what you want. But that was fun, and it's a great avenue. It's a great tool, and I wish there wasn't this great like divide and debate between going to college and going to trade and going to the community center to learn that stuff, because let's face it, our society needs both, right? Our society needs those people that want to go and work right when they get out of school and the trade schools and all that fun stuff. But we need doctors, we need lawyers, we need the people that need a little bit more of a 4-year, 8-year education to get that. So there shouldn't be a divide. And once again, Cameron Cody, a great example of someone that is going to have a lot of success after high school, because she has that path already laid out in front of her. So really excited to highlight her and to be able to feature her on a player profile. If you missed that on the show in its entirety and you want to see it, it is available on the YSN Live YouTube page and also the website as well, which will link you right to the YouTube. Go to the website. There's also a great write-up about Cameron and what she's been able to accomplish so far in her high school career. So go read the write-up and then have the YouTube video right there below to watch that interview in its entirety. We love featuring player profiles on this show. We continue to do that every step of the way. Every day that we possibly can, we will highlight a player profile on Running Point. We are going to take a break, though, and when we come back, we're going to preview tonight's action. We're going to see what's on deck tonight across the YSN family. Don't go anywhere. Running Point, always brought to you by our good friends over at Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown.
21 News delivers the news as it happens, using the latest technology from where it happens.
Live here outside the Mahoney County.
On air, online,
Wednesday afternoon weather update.
Very dangerous.
and on the 21 News social media platforms.
I'm on the road right now.
21 News, the Valley's only locally owned source for trusted news since 1953.
Craftsmanship to us is 60 years of pride and dedication.
Passed down from generation to generation.
The hardwood floors that your kids take their first steps on.
The solid wood doors you quietly close at night.
The things we create day in and day out are the products that end up turning your house into a home.
At Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods, uncompromising quality and craftsmanship built our business.
And it will keep us moving forward for generations to come.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means we want to take care of the community that takes care of us too.
And we have to work together always. And that's how you stay in business for 40 years.
You know, I love being a helper because when I help somebody, it makes me feel good.
It means a lot that I can make a difference in others' lives.
So I will do everything I can and just being there for them every step of the way.
I want them to know within the first 5 minutes that they could depend on me. That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Before the lights come on, before the workday begins, before a long day is ended, or it's time to have fun. It all starts with the people at Joe Dickey Electric. From replacing a light fixture in your home to building a substation for your business, no job is too big or too small. The people of Joe Dickey Electric power them all. Joe Dickey Electric, over 60 years of powering the Mahoning Valley.
Now you can see every school, to the smallest school, to the intermediate schools, to the schools in the outlying areas. It gives you coverage that you could just never get to before. It's something that's great to experience, and it's opened up a whole new wave of sports viewership. The possibilities are endless here at YSN. Push the envelope every day. Try something new. If it works, great. If it doesn't, well, let's try another angle, and we just keep moving forward. My name is Mike Ackelson, and my sports network is your sports network.
What can you do on over 5,000 acres? At Mill Creek Metro Parks, you can discover unique habitats and wildlife, create memorable family moments, experience history, heritage, and park programs, explore scenic landscapes, take time to relax and be well, connect with nature and each other. Come see what's new at Mill Creek Metro Parks. Plan your trip now at millcreekmetroparks.org.
Going the extra mile at Greenwood Chevrolet means taking care of our local customers.
And it's just a great feeling to put them in a vehicle and get them all excited about a new vehicle.
At the end of the day, our goal is to be someone our customers can count on.
And every day I'll go the extra mile for the community so they can trust us.
To do anything that would convenience the customer or make them feel more at home.
Realizing, number one, that we're here for them and that we're not going to go away.
That's what going the extra mile means, only at Greenwood Chevrolet.
Welcome back to Running Point on ysnlive.com, brought to you by those people you just heard from in that commercial break, Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. They go the extra mile for you. We try to do the same here on this show every single day. We appreciate you tuning in to this Tuesday episode, and we're going to hop into the scoreboard and see what's going on this Tuesday evening across the YSN family. And what you do if you're new to our YSN scoreboard, if you haven't checked it out yet, to jump days, you go to the bottom down here and you scroll to the bottom of the, sorry, I got caught up in the drop downs. Scroll to the bottom there and you just toggle dates right here, right there on the bottom right there. I'm going to go to September 24th because that's what day we're on. Let it load. Here we go. Volleyball, as every Tuesday, is a busy, busy day. A lot of league play getting caught up. We're in about, I think, the second week of the second half of most of these conferences. Most teams are just barely into their second half of conference play. Some teams have played one or two, but most teams have not played more than one or two games in the second swing of conference play. So a lot of these games are going to be the second matchup between these two teams, and we'll see what adjustments are made after you've seen the team once. So here we go. Volleyball, Carrollton and West Branch playing for the second time, this time in West Branch tonight. Should be a fun one. The rivalry between Edgewood and Jefferson is strong, and they will be back in action tonight. It is going to be a blackout in the student sections for Jefferson. If you're a Jefferson student out there and you wear black to the game, you will get in free. So make sure to go check out your volleyball team tonight, wear some black, and get into the game for free tonight and support your Falcons if you're a Falcon fan. I did see Jefferson's coach at the game last night, checking out Edgewood the day before they play. So you know that Jefferson and Edgewood take that game very seriously. It should be a very fun one down there in Ashtabula County. Marlington will go to Salem tonight. We have West Geauga heading to Orange. How about this one? I think this one's really fun. Boardman going to East Liverpool. That should be a really good matchup in the Potter Fieldhouse tonight between those two. Spartans rarely go down that way. So very cool to see Boardman East Liverpool, all YSN matchup in the Potter Fieldhouse. Another all YSN matchup, Beaver Local heading to Edison, take on the Wildcats. Beaver in action tonight. They're going to play Blackhawk. Beaver in the power rankings. We were finally able to kind of get the information we needed from the PA volleyball scene to put Beaver into the power rankings. It took a while. What we had to do, and Mike Schweinhart deserves a ton of credit for this. Shout out to Mike. We had to kind of break down what division in Ohio would be the equivalent for the PA opponents for Beaver to give them that division bonus. And that took a little bit of finagling, a little bit of math, a little bit of just digging a lot. So Mike did a good job on that. We now know kind of what division the teams would be in if they were over here in Ohio. So we've been able to pump those numbers in, and Beaver got into the power rankings. They are in down there towards the end of it at number 24, I believe. So Beaver's a very good volleyball team, and they will host Blackhawk tonight. Crestview goes to Brookfield. Interesting spot. Brookfield is the last place. Crestview lost a league set, completely different rosters, of course. That was back in 2021. Brookfield went to the district championship that year in Division 4. So a very good Brookfield team. They're going to have to do a lot of work if they want to take a set from Crestview this year. But it is the last place that Crestview lost a league set in Brookfield tonight. South Range trying to take a step forward as they go into Girard, and they'll play the Indians to try to get a big eye-opening win in the conference. It would be devastating to Girard if they were able to do it. Girard needs to keep pace with Lakeview being one game back, and they play them one more time. So they need to make sure when that Lakeview game pops up that they're that one game back so they can win and tie up the conference. So Girard can't afford a loss, and that's what South Range is trying to do, is play a little bit of spoiler in the second half of any 8 play. Bristol will go to Wyndham tonight. Cardinal Mooney is trying to snap a tough stretch of games where they've played a lot of high-quality teams. Does not get easier as they go on the road to face fellow Cardinal in Canfield. Canfield trying to also snap a losing streak. So some teams getting their first win in a little bit tonight. Canfield on a 3-game skid. Mooney's on a 5-game skid right now. So they're trying to both bounce back and get back on the track. They're both very talented volleyball teams. So whoever wins tonight is going to get a lot of momentum heading forward. East Palestine will travel to Southern Local tonight. We have Jackson Milton. They're going to hit the road to Western Reserve. This is a big rivalry. We all know that. Milton versus Reserve is taken very seriously. So that should be a fun one. LeBray traveling the champion tonight. We have Newton Falls. They are hosting Liberty. Lisbon will host go to Latonia, I should say. Waterloo will be in action tonight at home against Lowville. This, a couple of weeks ago, was one on the calendar that you circled. Could be an MVAC championship, but Springfield has scuffled a little bit. Now McDonald has a big lead in the conference. But I think this is still a game where they'll be really tested against the Tigers. The Tigers have a lot of talent. So it should still be a fun one in Springfield as the McDonald Blue Devils come to town. Middle Ridge traveling to Sebring tonight to take on the Trojans inside the MVAC Scarlet tier. Mogador hits the road. They'll go to Warren JFK. We have Niles going to Lakeview tonight and Poland going to Hubbard, both NE8 matchups. Lakeview trying to stay atop the conference there. Pymatuning Valley will go to Badger tonight. Southeast travels to Garrettsville Garfield. Ursuline going to hit the road. They go to Warren Harding. And then Valley Christian will go to Columbiana. We have Wellsville traveling to United. Mohawk going to go to Neshannock tonight. Louisville going to Maslin Jackson. Hoban will be on the road against St. Joe's Academy. And Hoban, once again, undefeated. And it's not even close when you look at the power rankings, how much Hoban has run away with it. Not just the size of the teams they play, but the quality. They only have 2 teams on their whole schedule that don't have at least 6 wins on the year. And those 2 teams have wins, right? So it's not like they are not playing any winless teams, no one-win team. They are really good volleyball teams inside and out. Hoban is coming off of a win against Magnificat last Wednesday. And Magnificat was the number 3 ranked team in Division 1. Hoban's Division 3. So that to tell you that there's something special brewing in Akron with this volleyball team as they try to continue to stay undefeated. It's another big test against St. Joe's. Speaking about St. teams, St. John will go on the road. They'll try to keep their undefeated season alive as they go to Bloomfield. Grand Valley traveling to Matthews tonight. The Mustangs looking for win number 8 on the year. Conneaut going to Madison. Lakeside hosting Geneva. And last but not least, Perry, who is also inside the YSN Power Rankings. They will be hosting Harvey tonight. Boys soccer, we have a solid slate of games going on. Hoban going to be hosting Akron North. Inside the NE8, Gerard goes to South Range. Want to shout out Gary Leiniger from our photography studios. Our ace photographer will be out at this game tonight, so if you are a fan of South Range or Gerard Boys Soccer, make sure to head on over to our YSN Smug Mug page a little bit later on tonight. Photos will be there to purchase after the game. If you are there and you see Gary, you want to stop him, thank him. One, thank him for his service, but two, make sure to make him turn around. He has the QR code to our Smug Mug on his back of his shirt. So if you get that from him, you'll go right to the spot where you can get pictures from tonight's game. He will be there for Gerard at South Range Boys Soccer. Howland going to be hosting Ursuline tonight. Warren JFK Boys at home against Badger. We have Orange also at home. They have Hawken coming to town. Niles travels to Hubbard. Poland's boys team goes to Lakeview. That'll be a fun one inside the NE8 for sure. Salem travels to Marlington. We have West Branch going on the road to Carrollton. Fitch hosting Boardman. And Canfield hosting Warren Harding. So you see all the AAC teams in action tonight. 2 AAC games, 1 non-conference game for Howland. So it should be a shakeup in the standings tonight if things go the way that the underdogs want, of course. Beaver, boys soccer, they're at home against Quaker Valley. You have Perry at home against Geneva. Edgewood travels to Madison. And last but not least, Lakeside will travel to Conneaut. Now, girls soccer was heavy on Monday, so a little bit lighter slate for the girls tonight. Still some games, though. Madison traveling to Edgewood. Orange on the road. They will play Western Reserve Academy. Perry will be at home hosting Geneva, so that'll be a boys-girls doubleheader for the Pirates. Boys are going to be at 5. Girls are going to be at 7. It's a busy day at Perry. They're going to be hosting boys and girls soccer and volleyball all at the school. So a busy day for the Pirates athletic staff. Cardinal going to be traveling to Pymatuning Valley. Newton Falls hosting Southeast. And last but not least, we have Lakeside. They're going to be hosting Conneaut. So all that action happening tonight on the pitch and on the field. Let's get to your broadcast. Who will be out tonight? Who will be covering your games and what games will be found on ysnlive.com. Here you go. So, on Tuesday, the 24th, we have 3 volleyball games being broadcasted today. We have South Range and Girard. I will be in there for that NE8 matchup. Ty Bartel going to Waterloo for their matchup with Lowville. And then Rick Daly will be on the call as Lisbon goes to Latonia. And that'll be it on our broadcast schedule for live games. But we do want to remind you that we have some live shows tonight as well. DJ Oakley will be at Giangelo's for the South Range Raiders show. Steve Leslie and Chris Sigler will be at Springfield show at the Tigers table. Tim Corso has you covered for the Ursuline show at the Golden Dawn. And Matt Romeo has you covered at the Bulldog for the Poland show. And let's see. All those teams coming off of big wins. So it should be really fun shows when you're talking about their football programs. They're all going to have a lot of fun stuff to talk about. South Range going to be really fun to hear about their win against Struthers and what Coach Rock thinks about how they played and what it looks like going forward. Poland coming off that big win against Hubbard. That's going to be fun to hear from Coach Pavlansky. And then going to hear about what he thinks about the upcoming matchup with South Range. Ursuline, they're looking really, really good right now. Always love hearing from Coach Reardon, and we'll have 2 more players featured on that show. And then, of course, the Springfield show coming off a big win over Campbell. Excuse me. Steve Leslie always has fun down there at the Tigers table. So look forward to hearing from Coach Guerrero and the Tigers about what's ahead for them. So going to be fun shows. Make sure to go out there and be a part of them if you're not out supporting volleyball or soccer. But no matter how you're doing it, support the student athletes of the YSN family, because there is simply nobody like them in the area, in the state, in the country, whatever it may be. We have the best sports, hands down. I'll die on that hill. Well, maybe not die. I'll fight on that hill. I don't want to die. That'll do it for today's show. On that fun note, that'll do it for today's show. We will be back on Running Point tomorrow, Wednesdays, you know the drill. Scotty Mencher, he'll be my sidecar. Ooh, wait, he did say he might not. We'll get an update on Scotty if he'll be here tomorrow. But tomorrow we'll be here on Running Point. Either way, 1 to 2. Don't miss it. Brought to you by Greenwood Chevrolet in Austintown. I'm Anthony Hartwig. Enjoy the night of sports, and we will see you